Hi, welcome to Learn English and Practice with Marie. Today we're going to do Advanced Vocabulary Builder lesson number 36, where we'll go through 10 advanced words and talk about their definitions, parts of speech, and a couple of example sentences. There are plenty of other videos just like these ones on this channel, so if you end up liking this, please subscribe for more. Let's hop in. First, listen to me read the words. Magnanimous, Kaleidoscope, Obfuscate, Impetuous, Truncate, Antecedent, Clandestine, Ignominy, Rash, Surmise. First, magnanimous. This means generous in forgiving an insult or injury. It's an adjective. So, for example, if your friend at school stole your lunch and you forgive them even though they did something very wrong to you, that is magnanimous. Examples here are, despite being wronged, she displayed a magnanimous gesture by forgiving her friend's mistake. In victory, the team showed a magnanimous spirit by congratulating their opponents and offering words of encouragement. Here's kaleidoscope, and there's two meanings I want to talk about here. The first one is a toy consisting of a tube containing mirrors and pieces of colored glass or paper with changing patterns when rotated. It's a noun, and you can see little examples there. It's a little toy. The other meaning is a constantly changing pattern or sequence of objects or elements. And I think we're getting more at this second meaning when understanding this word. So it's almost taking the concept of the changing patterns from this toy and applying it to the world around us. Examples here are, the garden was a kaleidoscope of vibrant colors, with flowers of all shades blooming in harmony. A kaleidoscope used to be a children's toy, but now people of all ages enjoy it. Here's obfuscate. This means to render incomprehensible. It's a verb. So to obfuscate something means to make it really, really difficult to understand. And you can do this in a lot of ways. For example, with writing, if you make writing very detailed and unclear and kind of make it inaccessible to most, that would be obfuscating the point in the writing. Examples here are, the politician used complex language to obfuscate the true meaning of his statement, leaving the audience confused. The suspect deliberately obfuscated the facts during the investigation, making it difficult for the detectives to uncover the truth. Here's impetuous. This means acting or done quickly and without thought or care. It's an adjective. You could also use the word impulsive here. This means simply acting without a plan, without knowing what's going to happen, without really caring too much about what's going to happen. So examples here are, in a moment of impetuous decision-making, she booked a spontaneous trip to a tropical island without any prior planning. His impetuous outburst of anger led to regrettable consequences and damaged relationships. Truncate. This means to shorten by cutting off. It's a verb. So to truncate something means simply to kind of clip it or make it shorter. For example, when I record videos like this, I'll often have to truncate portions of the recording because I'll talk a lot more about a word than I need to. So I'll cut some of it off to make it shorter. Examples here are, due to time constraints, the presenter had to truncate her speech and skip several key points. The software automatically truncates long file names to fit within the designated character limit. Antecedent. This means something that came before as a noun, or it could be used as preceding in time or order as an adjective, previous or pre-existing as an adjective. So basically the concept of antecedent is that it is before something. So for example, in the Star Wars movies, the prequels were an antecedent to the movies that were actually produced in the past. All right, they told the story of what happened before those movies that existed. Examples are the current political situation has its antecedents in decades of social unrest and economic instability. Understanding the antecedent events can help us predict future trends and patterns. Clandestine. This means kept secret or done secretively, especially because it is illicit. It's an adjective. So if you're doing something wrong or something you would get in trouble for, that would be clandestine if you're trying to do it kind of secretly and on the down low. Examples are the spy conducted clandestine operations to gather classified information without detection. The couple planned a clandestine elopement to avoid the disapproval of their families. Here's ignominy. This means public shame or disgrace. It's a noun. So a book that I read when I was in high school was The Scarlet Letter. And the woman in The Scarlet Letter lived a life of ignominy. All right, she was shamed, she was disgraced because of something that she did. I didn't think it was fair, but alas. Examples here are the athlete faced ignominy after failing a doping test and was stripped of their titles. The defeated army retreated in ignominy, leaving behind their wounded pride. Here's Rash, and this has two meanings that I'd like to discuss. First is hasty or incautious as an adjective. Second meaning is an irritated or inflamed area of the skin as a noun. So to do something rash means to do something without care, do something quickly, do something impulsive or impetuous. All right, and then the other meaning of rash as a noun is literally a red, blotchy, irritated part of skin that usually needs some sort of medical attention. Examples here are making a rash decision without considering the consequences often leads to regret. It's important to think carefully before acting to avoid rash actions based on impulse. Surmise. This means to infer with little evidence as a verb, or a supposition that something may be true, even without evidence, as a noun. Examples here are based on the available evidence, we can surmise that the suspect was at the scene of the crime. Without concrete information, we can only surmise the outcome of the upcoming election. So, really, to surmise is to make an educated guess. It's to take what you have available and try to come up with what is the most likely outcome. So, let's do a little story where we can practice with all of these words. I'll read through it for you. In the realm of philosophical discourse, Professor Alexander was known for his magnanimous spirit and unwavering pursuit of truth. His lectures were like a kaleidoscope of ideas, presenting a myriad of perspectives to his students. However, his philosophical musings often left some perplexed, as he tended to obfuscate simple concepts with complex language. One day, in an impetuous moment, Professor Alexander decided to truncate his lecture on existentialism and delve into the realm of moral philosophy. Little did he know that this hasty decision would bring forth a series of unexpected events. Behind closed doors, a clandestine group of students formed to challenge the professor's ideas. They felt that his teachings lacked clarity and resorted to secret meetings to discuss their dissenting views. The news of this clandestine group reached Professor Alexander, and he was initially filled with a sense of ignominy. How could his teachings be misunderstood? However, rather than reacting in anger or defensiveness, the professor took a moment to reflect. He realized that his rash decision to truncate the lecture had left room for misinterpretation. With renewed resolve, Professor Alexander embarked on a journey of self-improvement. He engaged in discussions with his students, acknowledging their concerns and surmising their motives. Through open dialogue and a willingness to learn, he transcended the ignominy of his previous missteps. Thus, the philosopher's story served as a lesson in humility and resilience. It revealed the importance of recognizing our antecedents both in thought and action, and how a genuine pursuit of truth can transform ignominy into enlightenment. So, let's read through these words one last time to practice the pronunciation. Magnanimous, Kaleidoscope, Obfuscate, Impetuous, Truncate, Antecedent, Clandestine, Ignominy, Rash, Surmise. Great job today. There are other videos just like this one on this channel, and I'll put playlists and videos down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you think about these words down below. Thanks so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!